one. Y'all, when people know your page about God, growth, healing, all that, they be coming on doing the most sometimes. I can come on and say, I'm gonna wash my hair later on or something like that. People that be doing the most and wearing the mask be like, may God bless you as you wash your hair. May He come through the shampoo and strengthen you. If you don't beat it with that, just be your authentic self on my page. You ain't gotta come on doing the most. That's just doing the most. I'm coming on here talking about shampoo, and you talking about God coming in the shampoo and strengthening it. A mess. Yeah. But that's what I do love, authenticity, because when I get up in this camera and when I'm up off this camera, I'm going to be me regardless of what's going on. When I was a little girl, I always knew who I was going to be. I always knew I was going to be a girly type woman, feminine. I always knew that. I wasn't allowed to have a real identity growing up. My identity had to be somebody else's. I was molded into somebody I wasn't until I broke free of it. I always knew. I remember I saw these two girls. I was a little girl, probably around 11, young, and we was at the park, and I think they were sisters. They looked alike. They had that pretty makeup. Their hair was cute. They had the eyeliner, cat eye eyeliner. They had gold jewelry on. They was dark skinned. I was just looking at them like, oh my God, they were the prettiest things I ever saw in my life. And from that point on, I knew what type of woman I was gonna be. I already knew that at that moment. I never forgot them either. To this day, that's why I wear cat eye eyeliner, because of that. But yeah, and then these churches and stuff, growing up in these churches, I thought you had to look a certain way to serve God. I was brainwashed in that way. I didn't know it was churches that wore jewelry, wore pants, that you still could be a sexy woman. That's what you call the religious spirit churches. They judge you by the way you look, always talking about somebody, gossiping about somebody, judging people. They don't even welcome people when they come to church. They just automatically come up to you judging you. That's religious people. That's why I'm spiritual. I consider myself spiritual. It's about character with me. Are you kind? How do you treat people? I love God, yes. But, character, I'm about character. What that character looking like. So, I know now there's churches out here. You wear your jewelry and your pants and your makeup, and we in here praising God too, and welcoming people, not judging them like the religious spirit churches do. That's why people should find out who they are. Find out who you are authentically, instead of being a copy and paste of another person. Like, I don't understand that. That's why nobody could take away who I am. Nobody could take away my identity, my light. I always knew who I was from a little girl. Even though I couldn't be myself fully for real, but inside I always knew, So nobody could ever take away who I am. And that's why I always gravitated towards Blanche Devereaux from Golden Girls. She was always my favorite, still is. Because she naturally had that sex appeal. She didn't care about what you thought about her. Hey, I'm who I am, whether you like it or not. I love me some Blanche. And, Sexiness is from the inside out. It's just something that's in you naturally. And when you come to God, you don't just lose that. I guess you just channel it in a different way, but you don't lose sexy just because you're in God. You're still a sexy woman. So I'm so glad I, broke free and I can be my authentic self unapologetically. It feels good. It's so cloudy and stuff out here, y'all, today, but I'm here. And now I'm going. Bye.